Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to be looking at the Spinatia fencer type 30-minute missions. It is a little bit different than a Gundam kit, but Bandai made some pretty awesome kits with the Gundams. So I'm pretty sure this will be a pretty decent kit as well. These are also great kits if you really aren't into building Gundams, but you want to build like a pretty cool robot. These work out pretty well for that. Set that back there. In the box, we got, looks like 3 bags. The manual. Manual's got some pretty cool artwork, some other um, models that you can get. I don't really know too much about like the lore or anything with 30-minute missions, but like pretty cool stuff. You can do a lot of upgrading to them, a lot of part swapping, and I do know a lot of their parts are actually compatible with Gundams. So let's go ahead and get these bags open. Take a look at these runners. In this bag we got, looks like the weapons runner there. Not sure about that one. Looks like it's just maybe a secondary runner. Probably a copy of it. I did notice, so I've really only built one of these before, and it was a dog, dog robot. I'll show it more towards the end of the video, but here's two more runners and the polycaps. They only have a few polycaps. The dog only had one of these as well. And then the other 2 runners. So I thought there would be a sticker sheet, making sure I didn't lose it anywhere. There is not a sticker sheet. That is awesome. Love seeing kits that don't need stickers to have all their accurate colors. And then there's our colored piece. That was the piece I thought would end up being a sticker. And then here's the bulk of the kit here. So we'll go ahead and separate them by color here. And go ahead and get started in our instruction booklet. Let's see. It wants us to start here. So it looks like we'll be building the head first. One cool thing about these too, I have noticed their instruction booklets are very well done for this. Yeah, if you haven't picked up a cheap 30-minute mission, I would say go ahead and grab one. Just see if you like it. I wouldn't go all in and buy all the option armor and stuff like that. Like that may be not so much worth it. Um, but if you see one of the ones you like I really like the purple and the white look of the Spinatia, I think is how you say it. I thought it looked great, so I thought I'd pick it up and build it for you guys so we could take a look at it together, really see how it really matches up. So, you know what? Actually, those are not the right nippers. I used these 2 different nippers, and I get them mixed up which ones I got in my hand sometimes. There we go. No, I just used them to cut out the eyepiece, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Now the plastic on this is very, very good. like very minimal nub marks on it, which I always like to see. That means that cleanup will be even easier when I come through with the glass file. Okay, those pieces are all cleaned up. So I got this guy on Amazon, um, cheap glass file. Here's the brand, display, pretty good, pretty affordable. It's not like a super ritzy like Gundam primer or anything like that, but it does get the job done. If you've never used one of these before, um, or even if you have, some people really use them very hard, and you really don't need to. They kind of chew through plastic pretty easily. So I wouldn't recommend like grinding your kit with it unless you got some pretty vicious nub marks that you're trying to get out. But for that, I would say use a hobby knife. This is more for a cleanup process to come through to little nub marks and be able to clean them up. So kind of hard to tell, but there you go. I will try to adjust my lighting a little bit here. See if I can make that a little bit better, a little less harsh. All right, and so we'll do the same on this plate. I have a couple reviews lined up for the channel here. Apologize for the upload schedule kind of being lacking in the last couple of weeks. Here I was very sick over the last couple of days. Made it really hard to do anything. I was having a hard time even talking. Finding motivation to get up and do anything was the real struggle. But I'm feeling much better now, so back at it. That would be our head unit. And so now we're going to be moving on to the torso here. I am very curious to see how compatible this is with 144 scale Gundams, the high grade ones. I guess some real grades are scaled at 144 too. A nice soft plastic does make a world of difference in the cutting technique implied on here. Okay. Oop, that's A1. So C1 and C2 are actually the same runner. Kind of didn't really see that. So we need C1. Okay. Now we need A3, and then A2. And here's our first use of the poly caps for the torso to hold everything together, I would guess. Let me adjust the camera here so you guys can see the parts and everything. Alright. Go ahead and clean up all these pieces that we just cut out. Okay, that goes together just like that. And then we want to put our polycap pieces on either peg on either side there. And then it's telling us to take the neck here. Okay, I thought that was a nub that was actually part of the neck. Right there and there. And go ahead and plug it in like so to there. And that's our torso. So we're moving on to the arms, it appears, the arm units. Try to fit these all in the frame. Hold on. And we'll move pretty quickly through them. I like to build both arms at the same time. I don't know how many people do that, but I find it makes the technique of getting it done quicker pretty easy. So just cutting out those. No, we need 18. Okay, so we'll cut these all up. Okay, that would be the lower arm. Now we'll need to get C14. There's those. Alright, so let's go ahead and get these together. Alright, and it would be just like that. And just like that. Snap those on. I did also pick up a couple of option weapons for this kit to try out just to see. Like I said, this was my first build into the like 40-minute or 30-minute mission robots. I don't know why I called them 40-minute. I don't know where that came from. But so far, I am really enjoying them, and kicked my camera stand. I wouldn't mind building some more of them either, as they are pretty fun. Something different from a Gundam, but still close enough to a Gundam. Sometimes I want to build, but I don't exactly want to build a Gundam. I don't really know a lot, so if anybody knows if you can panel line these guys, I'm going to do some research and everything. But I don't know if the plastic that they're made out of is okay to be panel lined, if it's the same as Gundam. Like I said, I really don't know a lot about these. I would like to know more, though, and get into them. Since this was my first build, I will say I will definitely be considering picking up more when I'm at the hobby store next, looking at Gundam kits. Alright. And then so these go in. Oh, got my glove stuck. Alright. Those are the arms. Looks like we got hands to put on. And got a couple of different hands, it would appear. I'll pull all of the hands out real quick so we can take a look at those, all the different sets. So it looks like right there's that's your standard holding hands, molded in white. They're kind of small compared to a Gundam's hands. Just looking at that, it looks like this kit definitely has some smaller hands. Those are the open hands. And it looks like you get one of these, which is the kind of curved hand. Yep, that was all, and so that's all your hands. So when I say that this curved one here, I mean it has like quite the curve on it. So the wrist is more angled. Standard closed hand, and then your open hands. I'm gonna go with open hands for now, just so that we can change them out here in a few and take a look. Get the backs out for them. I guess we should put a weapon hand in. Okay, so we'll set our extra hands over there, out of the way. Looks like we're moving on to the waist unit, which, let's see if I can't do this right this time without the camera going wild. So, be this. Okay. C18. 9 and 10. Alright, so let's go ahead and get these all together. Like that. And here's that this slides over like that. Boom. Just like that. Make a nice solid plate. Ow. C111. Alright. A little hard press on that part, but we got it in there. And that would be the waist. Alright, time to build the legs. Should show. So that'll be the leg assembly. Pretty easy going stuff. Have this done pretty quickly. Black parts are a little harder to get out. Try to get them out without getting too much nub marks on them. So I cut them up really good. Boom. Let's see. Now back over here to these snap here. These snap here. Thighs done. We'll get the connecting pieces out now. As I'm looking at my timer on the video here, I'm noticing that we're coming up on 30 minutes. And I'm still building the kit. So I don't know how much of a 30-minute mission it is. Maybe more like a 45-minute mission for me. For me, at least. I'm sure other people can complete it much quicker than I. But I wonder how much of that time, of this 30 minutes, is Bandai counting in for cleaning up the kit, doing any of that, or are they just talking about straight building it right from the box? That's one that I have not figured out yet. I'm assuming that they just talk straight from the box, no tools really, probably pulling it out of the runner like an animal. That could be a very possible thing. No, kidding though. But you should definitely always use tools to get your model kit pieces from your runner, not your hands. It will make the kit look 1,000 times better in the end. So we'll snap these on. These are just our legs. Just like that. Legs are snapped on. Now we'll need the backs of them to keep them held on. And there's the backs to the legs on. So now we're going to be doing the feet, everybody's favorite part. So here's this Spinaza's feet. We'll get those out of the runner. Okay, let's get these out of the runner. Getting these pieces out of the runner and cleaned up. There's all of those. Then these, we'll just snap them together. like so, making sure the hole points up and the peg faces downward. Then next we'll need the feet covers. Oh, we're past the 30-minute mark and not done. Getting close, but not quite there just yet. So we'll snap these covers onto the top of the feet. Take our ankle joint here. And it says that this just connects into the socket here, like that. Kind of a weird press, but looks like you can get it pretty good. In there just like that. Snap them into place on the legs. And then we need poly caps. You can rip those out of the runner. They don't really matter too much. Ugh. My glove got caught. Now we'll snap that on there. Okay. So we turn that, and we want to turn this on the legs so that they're facing like that. So that when you put these in like that, they fit in pretty good. My laundry's done. That's always a good thing. And so now we'll start assembling our mechanized robot lady here. Shoulders are the same way. You got to kind of pop them back down into up into place and then down into place. And then a turn to give her arms a straight. And then we attach the head. And I gotta say, this thing was really cool. And we're not even done. So the next part of it is her armor. Now her armor is a little different. So we'll get some. Oh, get it cut out here. This is going to be her head armor. Let's take a look at it on her here. See, cleaned up pretty good. So it looks like it just goes right into this slot here. And there we are. Her head armor is on. That's her chest piece. Oh, let's take a look here. Got these two kind of wing-esque appendages coming off the back. They almost look like blades of some kind. So here's her weapon as well. Nice sword. She has two of those. So I'll get the other one out here too. There's her other sword. And now we want to free her backpack. That's the backpack. Here is her back armor. We're just getting everything cut out of the runner. If it needs cleaned up, we'll get it cleaned up. But these kits are pretty solid on being able to get cut out, snapped together with ease. To run her down, got this runner to go for this section of armor. Oops. Alright, that's all that armor out. So now it says we need a curved piece right here. There's those. So cool thing, like you get a couple of pieces like this, a little connector piece that in the manual here it just says use them however you want. But they are going to be used for connecting other stuff. So if you got stuff that's outside of this kit that you want to connect to it, I'll show you an example. I got a really cool sniper rifle that actually will look great with this kit if it was like a stealth sniper kind of deal. So now it's time we'll get going on putting her together. So got a couple of pieces of armor that we gotta snap together real quick. Oop. Oh no, I dropped a piece. I found it pretty quickly. I'm alright. Okay, those are put together. So we'll come here and get the armor for the arms put on, which I love that all of this stuff is just simple. I believe it's 3.5 millimeter sockets that all of this is fitting into. So that would be her armor for her arms there. Sorry, blanked out on you. We'll go ahead and slap this armor on. Oops. You know what? I think I did do one thing. There. You gotta pull these legs down a little bit, and then you can put in the back piece armor here for back. And oops, knock that off. So minus that falling off, this all does have a really solid connection. Don't let that be the determining factor. If you look at this review, so these are just, you're going to be like your standard, everything has them shoulders, you know, two pieces snap over two other pieces to create, let's see, make sure that I got it on the right way. Looks correct. Yeah, the very modular designs of these guys make for them to be very easily customizable. Like, I was thinking of even getting a second one of these just to customize it blue. Thought that would look really cool, but you know, I'm probably going to end up going and looking online or at the hobby shop to see if they actually sell one that's in blue already. That way I ain't gotta do no customizing to it. I can just kind of bring it home and snap it together. So for this, looks a little tight fitting in there. So I'm going to go like that, take the arm off, come back and snap these on. That's not right. Huh, apparently it is. That's what it says to do, at least. Okay. Yeah, not bad. Then we'll do the same for the other side here. Sides down, it's hard to get it up. There we go. Okay. Then her backpack, just like this. Oop, pull this arm off. I got these big old hands that get in my way once in a while. Ooh. Yeah, with the shoulder armor, feels like these get shortened down almost too much to where it makes it so the kit has a hard time holding its arm in. I hope that's not the case. I hope I'm wrong, because this thing's awesome. Just got to get this arm back in now. But yeah, as you can see, that's an issue. It's not like you don't have that with a Gundam kit or two, though, huh? It stands really well, though. Looks really nice standing. The kit overall looks pretty decent. So it looks like the swords, too, so she's not going to use this one right now. So that can go there. And then this one can go in her other hand that she's using for combat. And let's give her a nice little pose to finish up the video. So the shoulder armor is kind of whack. On this side it's whack, but that might be because I'm trying to move the arm and stuff. I don't know. As you can see, it's kind of bonk. But overall, the kit, I wouldn't let that affect the kit as much. Just one part being a little weird. Like, she does have a lot of mobility in her, too. You get some pretty cool poses out of these. Mine has very stiff upper arms, though. But yeah, so that would be the Spinatia Fencer type. 30-minute missions from Bandai. Pretty cool little kit. I think I'll have to build her a companion kit at some point to kind of see how Bandai did with some of the other ones. I believe there's one called the Port Nova of the 30-minute missions, and that one I've heard is a really good kit overall. So maybe we'll look into getting that one at some point. I do have one more of these kits that I picked up. Let's see if I can't get her to stand in a nice little fencing pose. Those heeled feet kind of make it hard. There we go. But yeah, she looks pretty good. I definitely wouldn't mind getting another. Alright, well that has been it for the channel today. I thank you guys for tuning into Gunpla Ground. I apologize for the lack of uploads. And I hope to be back again with another video. Thanks. Bye.